Good afternoon. My name is Michael Craig Gradwell. Michael Craig Gradwell. And this is my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to talk to you about leading groups and workshops, leading creative workshops and what is involved. Now, the first thing to understand is that it is not intellectual, it is physical. When you have your people coming to a workshop, here they are. Some of them are awake, some of them are asleep, some of them are very, very excited indeed. They all have different intellectual levels and different feelings. And so the first thing you need to do is to harmonize the group, bring the people together so that they can work together as people, as a group, which means that they need to be at the same energetic, physically energetic level. And so one way of doing that is to bring them up. Bring them up so that all their hearts are beating at more or less the same speed. So the excited person has slowed down a bit, and the asleep person has woken up a bit, and the normal person is sort of there normally too. And how do you do that? Well, you do that to accelerate things. You do it physically. It doesn't need to be hopping up and down like in a discotheque. It can be just very, very simple. For example, up, and he caught it. Up, up, and he caught it. There you are. And already the action of catching it, of taking it out of the air, of bringing it in, wakes up the eyes, wakes up the moving hand, gets the heart beating, and the group is moving along. The faster the heartbeat, the higher the change in emotional susceptibility. And when the heart is beating, you have something called active joy. It's a feeling that you have access to. Or even irritation. Or anger, fury. Which is why sometimes in nightclubs where everybody's enjoying themselves so much, suddenly things can become very violent or very unpleasant because people go right up into these high, strong, active emotions. And you bring them up. Of course, you don't go as high as a nightclub where people are sort of, their hearts are beating at 120 or 140 or 160 or 200. No, but you bring them up. And then you let them calm down a bit. And here is the first period of evaluation. And a consideration of what the people have been doing. And then people relax more and come down more. And here, naturally, when the heart has been beating fast, it will go down to beat more slowly. And you also have a phenomenon of digestion which comes in naturally. You know? And the heart is beating slowly. And you don't have access to the same emotions. You can feel very happy again, but this joy is melting. Like when you wake up in the morning on a fine summer's day and you can hear the birds singing outside and you're lying in bed. Ah. Or you can feel sad or even depressed. That's another thing. And then naturally the curve goes up again. And you have a second evaluation. And then on up to, in our case, a leaving point of excitation. Now, this curve is part of the autonomic nervous system. And the rising curve belongs to what is called the sympathetic system. And when the sympathetic system is strong, the parasympathetic which is below this line, there's the time, the parasympathetic is in abeyance. And then, as the sympathetic becomes weaker, the parasympathetic becomes stronger. And it is an oscillation between these two parts of the autonomic nervous system on which the group leader plays like a pianist in order to bring the group along and to move the group forward. Let me give you an example from domestic life, just so you understand. Now, for example, you have a couple. The couple are in their kitchen and they start to argue. So we can have a nasty example. They argue, they start to fight with each other, they get really angry with each other, and they shouting at each other, and they get really nervous with each other. And then finally, the man goes out of the room, and he goes upstairs to his bedroom, and he says, "That stupid woman, why did I get married to that stupid person?" And she's down in the kitchen. She says, "What am I doing?" She's digging a hole in the kitchen table. "What am I doing with this guy?" And so this is the first evaluation of something that has been happening. And then later, the man is upstairs in his bedroom, lying on the bed, and he starts to calm down. And he gets sad, and maybe he cries a little, and then he sleeps a bit. And then he wakes up, and then he thinks, well, maybe I wasn't quite doing what I should have been doing. And she, at the same time, has been relaxing down in the kitchen, feeling sad, and maybe I was a bit stupid. And then they both come together with the second evaluation, more logical, less reactive on the events that happened here. And then he goes down to the kitchen. He says, "Darling, I'm terribly sorry." And she says, "That's all right, darling, I know," etc. And so you have this sort of flow through. There we are. This is a natural flow in human life. It's a natural flow of sleeping and waking, of spending energy and recuperating energy. When it's healthy, it flows through. When it's unhealthy, that is the subject of another talk. Thank you very much for coming today. Can I have my pens back, please? Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.